Now, with votes still being counted in the US, neither Republicans nor Democrats have gained control of Congress. Republicans need just 7 more seats in the House of Representatives to gain a majority, but the party has performed below expectations. In the Senate, they currently have 49 seats to the Democrats' 48. Senate votes are still being counted in the states of Arizona and Nevada, while Georgia will be holding a runoff in December. Let's take a look at how things stand right now. Republicans on 49 and the Democrats on 48. Both sides need 2 more seats to take control as the Democrats get an extra tie-breaking vote from their Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, those battleground states of Arizona, Nevada and Georgia could tilt the balance of power either way. And this is the House of Representatives. The Republican Party here is in the lead, but by a much smaller margin than forecast. One party needs to take 218 seats to take control. Mike Hanna has more on the vote count from Washington, D.C.
There's still a massive amount of votes to be counted, but it appears that the Republicans are inching towards control of the House of Representatives. At present, they need another 9 seats to get to that magic figure of 218, which would give them a majority in the House. As to the Senate, though, that is also an exceedingly tight race. There are 3 key seats outstanding, which is in Nevada, Arizona and Georgia. Now, the Democrats are leading slightly in both Arizona and Nevada. If they win those 2 seats, they will get control of the Senate. However, if the results are split, then it's going to be down to the wire in Georgia, where a runoff election will be held on December the 6th. Why is the voting taking so long? Well, this is largely due to the massive amount of postal votes that were used. In California, for example, where postal voting has been traditionally a preferred method of voting, some 60% of the votes have only been counted to date. So this just shows the massive effort that has to be put in to get through those postal votes in particular to get to the totals. But we are still looking at a number of days. Congress reforms and sits again in D.C. next week, but in all likelihood, they will not know who will be controlling the House or the Senate come January next year.
Rina Shah is a former Republican strategist and political analyst. She explains why the party has performed below expectations.
It was the overturn of Roe versus Wade at the Supreme Court that led American women to feel as if the Republican Party does not reflect them. There was anger. There was a serious sentiment about truly reproductive rights and what they mean today. And that's why we saw the result. We saw Republicans underperforming when they should have done far better than they did. The longevity of the issue is certainly tough because we do have short attention spans as an electorate. But the reality is this: Republicans have made some inroads and done somewhat okay in terms of messaging on the decision, the Dobbs decision in the Supreme Court again, saying that it kicks the issue of abortion back to the states. So, like I said, longevity into 2024, we're not sure of. I think there are going to be other issues that emerge that show that, again, millennials and Gen Z tend to be going for Democrats far more than they are for Republicans in much of the country. There is a bigger issue here, and that's political extremism. And the issue of election integrity is what many a Republican are calling it. In Virginia, Governor Glenn Youngkin, when he ran for governor, not this year, just last, he talked about it quite a bit. And that is bringing into question the validity of the results of the 2020 election. Now, is it baked into the GOP currently, the phrase election denialism, the phrase election integrity? What that really means is that there is still an appetite in the base of Republican voters for relitigating the 2020 election. That is not only harmful for democracy, but I think that it doesn't augur well for the future of the Republican Party either.